Hi, Captain Awesome, and it is Ainsley here, your life transformation coach. So today, I just wrote the world's longest fucking email post to people, and just about law of attraction, blah blah blah. But the one point that I wanted to touch on today was your pain. So, as human beings, we have a tendency to avoid the things that don't make us feel good, right? The problem with it is that it doesn't make us feel good anyway, because it's like the 5-year-old tugging at your sleeve. So, give you some context. For example, for me, for about 15 years, I've had this feeling of anxiety that comes and goes. And what happens is that I wake up in the morning and I've got this like really dark, heavy feeling in my gut. So I feel it. What does my brain do? What's wrong with my life? And it starts searching for what's wrong in my life. And so what happens with this is then it finds something, whatever it might be. It might be something stupid and small, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Now I've had this for 15 years. I've tried to ignore it for 15 years. And then about 2 weeks ago, I went, you know what, fuck it. I am so done with this. Like, I am sick of feeling like this. I need to dig into what this is. So I started writing, and it was uncertainty. So the common theme with the feeling was that when I was feeling uncertain, then it would come up. And I was like, perfect, thank you. And so what I did, I made a conscious decision to decide, like, just to live with it and sit with it. And it took me 2 days. I went, right, okay, you know what, I'm just going to let it be there. I'm just going to feel it and talk to it like it's a little puppy or a plant or a child or whatever. And just say, yeah, no, you're okay. You take as long as you need type thing. Giving it a little bit of TLC. And it's gone. 15 years, right? 15 years of this on-off feeling. And in 2 days, I've cured it. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to come up again, but now I know what will fix it. It's like, you know, say you have a headache and you take a Panadol, or you drink some water, and it fixes it. So you go, oh, cool, I'll do that again. And so that's what you do. And so now I've got the tool. And what you need to do yourself is the exact same thing. So if you're feeling, if there's any kind of anxiety, right? If there's any depression, what we do, first of all, is we guilt ourselves to death for it. It's like, no, just get over it, okay? That doesn't fix it. Doesn't fix it if friends say it, doesn't fix it if you say it, right? Because your brain can't tell the difference of whether someone else is saying it to you or you're saying it to yourself. Like, it just doesn't, because it brings up the same, releases the same chemicals and emotions. So there's that. Then there's also like pressuring yourself as well. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves to get over it. Or we ask too many questions of like, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening? Why is this coming up? And I find that those questions are actually getting in the way of the answer. And I've only just really come up with this recently where I went, wow, all these questions. Like, you've got to ask yourself questions. But those questions are like, they're victim questions. They're coming from a place of hoping something will answer. Okay? So you're better off saying, how would you feel if you did this today? With a low tone. Like, even in your head, you pick up different tones, right? So say if someone speaks to you in a really high tone, how you going? Oh, you know, it's annoying. Like, it gets to you if they do it all the time. I'm just doing it now. Anyway, so if you keep doing that in that voice, then there's this uncertainty around it. Whereas if you're like definite, there's a tone. There's a different tone that you use. When you're more assertive and when you're certain, there's a lower tone that we use. So you're better off saying, I know exactly what I'm going to do today with this. Or, I'm done. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Okay? Now, when you say that, it creates a different feeling. It releases different chemicals in your brain, right? And so then, when you deal with that, when you make a decision, right, you know what? Say you get depression a lot. Instead of guilting yourself, instead of trying to justify it, instead of asking the wrong questions like, how do I fix this? What do I do? How do I... No, they don't work. Okay, They might work for you, they don't work for me. But if you're doing that and it's not working, then stop doing that. Try this. And so when you do that, when you're like, okay, then the next thing is making a decision. I'm going to spend as long as it takes until it decides just to mosey off on its own accord. And I found this, like the 2 days that I did it, so I woke up the first morning when I decided that I was done with it. And I was like, oh, good morning. Okay, yep, no problem. Because the day before I kind of nutted it out. I was like, okay, what's the problem? Right, when I wake up in the morning, that's what I'm going to do. And I just started talking to it. I was like, yeah, no, you're okay. I was patting my belly, being all kind to it, as if it's a baby, and you're just helping it grow. We don't want that to grow, but you know what I mean. And just being really kind to it. And then I meditated and just again, just feeling, just being with it, hanging out, okay? Because you know what? Sometimes when we're really down and that friend comes along that doesn't fucking try and drill us with advice, I'm notorious for that. That was a little epiphany myself. Because of what I do, I'm like notorious for launching in with advice. There you go, Ains. But, or there's that friend that just comes over and goes, let me get you a big tub of ice cream and let's just sit and mope all day. And sometimes that's better. Sometimes that's better, just that person that's not judging you, that's not trying to fix you, that's not trying to make you change or get over it or anything like that. That having that friend there, it's like you become so grateful because they're not trying to fix their own discomfort by fixing you. Big epiphany there, Ainsley. And so that's what you need to do with this feeling, and I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Bless me. Yeah, that's it. And just sit with it. And sit with it until you need to, for as long as it takes. And I found that by the end of the first day, well, not even by the end, it was like after lunchtime, it had gone and I was back into productivity again. I was back producing and doing the work that I needed to do. And I heard a really, really cool saying the other day. It was, anxiety is the distance between reality and imagination. I think it was anxiety. It was something along those lines. But there's that abyss between when that thing's happening and when you're imagining that thing happening. There's this abyss there, and that's uncertainty. There you go. And so what you need to do is be productive. So those feelings that you have, sit with it, but just keep going about your day. Just if it comes up, just go, yeah, no, you're still there. That's cool. We're good. Whatever sort of thing. And then you will find that eventually it'll go away on its own. And you've trained yourself just to accept it, cope with it, and let it move on. Now, obviously, if something's deeply, deeply entrenched, like I've had this for 15 years, but I do a lot of work on myself every single day because I'm a transformation coach, so I have to transform myself. But for you, if you're not well versed in it, then it might take a few days, it might take a week. But you know what? Do it. Make the commitment today with yourself to get over it. Don't get over it, but get over it in a gentle, loving way. Now, if you want to get into my lifestyle, totally forgotten, it's brand new, and I've totally forgotten what it's even called. I have created, I've actually created a very cool pack. It's called the My Fantasy Life Starter Pack. In that pack, I'm going to give you a VIP membership card to the Daily Adventure Fest group. I'm going to give you a mindset, so your fun brain goodie bag. So in the goodie bag, you're going to get everything you need to change your mindset to start living the life that you want. Then you get your fantasy creation pack. Still remembering the names here. Your fantasy creation pack. In that, it's going to help you set your goals, get clarity around your goals, and then achieve your goals. You'll also get discounts. You'll get a $1,000 discount off my tour through Mexico and Guatemala. You will get discounts off other courses. When you join the group, the Daily Adventure Fest membership VIP group, you'll also get access to win prizes and giveaways and get direct access to me to ask me any questions you want and have a lot of fun doing it. All you need to do is go to my website, www.ainsleym.com. That's www.ainsleym, so it's AINSLEY.m.com. And I want you to get out here and play because the world is waiting.